Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm going to be trying out this eyeshadow palette from the brand The Balm, and this is the Balm and the Beautiful eyeshadow palette episode 1. And this looks like such a beautiful palette, but I also love that it's clean beauty, green packaging. It retails for $36 and it has beneficial ingredients in it like organic jojoba oil, rosemary oil, and grapeseed oil, along with sunflower derived antioxidant vitamin E. And it's free from talc, synthetic binders, dimethicone, PTFE, and parabens. So let's go ahead and check out the shades here. It's a nice neutral story, 8 different shades with, it looks like 3 shimmers. This one could potentially have a little sheen to it, and 4 mattes. So maybe 4 shimmers, 4 mattes. And I'm going to start out with some swatches. Oh, these have a beautiful buttery texture. Oh my gosh, they're looking very pigmented just on my fingers here. Oh my gosh, beautiful! These swatches are amazing. Just so pigmented and smooth. Wow. Look at these swatches. I am seriously blown away by every single one of them. Oh my gosh. I love to see that this has my essential shades. It's got the light white shade for the base. It's got a beautiful highlight shade because based off of how that's swatched, I think I can use it as a highlight. It's got some great crease transition shades, deeper shades. So I'm really excited to create an eyeshadow look with this. And just like always, I am going to prime just one of my eyes to test this out with and without an eyeshadow primer. And this is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion that I always use, that I am blending from lash line all the way up onto the brow bone here. Okay, so next up I can move on to that base shade. So I'm going to pick up the off-white matte shade here and just dust this all over the lid. I like to use a shade like this to prep the eye for other colors and help to cancel out discoloration. So I don't really care too much about how this shade looks, but it seems decently pigmented enough. I think I could wear this alone if I didn't want to wear any eyeshadow, but I wanted to cover up that discoloration, even out the skin tone on my eyelid. I feel like it just kind of gives a more fresh look to the eyes, so you can see there. And then for my highlight shade, just cleaning off my brush, I'm going to use my finger and pick up this one here, which it's such a pretty like rose gold shade, but like a light rose gold, which is, I mean, it might be slightly dark for this brow bone highlight. I think it's going to be a little too dark for that inner corner highlight, but if I blend it out and diffuse the color a bit, I think it can kind of work on the brow bone because it has such nice shine that with the rest of the colors that I'm going to use on my eye, I think this will go nicely. Yeah, I think that does kind of enhance the brow and the brow bone. So I think transition area, it could be either of these 2 shades, but I think I'm going to start out with this one here. There's not even that much kickback in the pans either. But since this is going to be my transition area from the crease up to the brow bone. I'm going to try and keep this shade pretty diffused. I don't need it to be too dark right here because I'm going to go in and build up the crease anyways. But this is a nice transition shade to blend with that highlight and just start to build up a little dimension. And I love with these types of shades, you could stop at any point in this process and just be good to go with your eyeshadow. So whether you just did that off-white base shade and then just wanted to add the highlight, you could stop after this transition here to just kind of add a little emphasis, help to contour the eye area. Of course, I am going to keep going, but just to keep that in mind that there's so many different eyeshadow looks being made in the process of this. And this is my pretty much go-to eyeshadow technique because I love the shades that come in this. It really is an essential shade palette in my opinion. So now I'm going to pick up the matte brown here, and this is going to go right into the crease. So I'm really kind of working my way down. So starting at that brow, and now I'm just pretty much working my way down. I'm going to make my way all the way down to that lower lash line. But oh, I'm loving this shade in the crease. So pigmented, but very blendable. And I love what that does for the eye shape. It really helps create depth. All of these colors are looking so nice together. I'm glad that I did the transition shade and crease shade in this order because I think that transition shade is a little lighter than the shade that I'm using now in my crease, and I definitely prefer to do the darker shade in the crease. So this is a great order to apply these eyeshadows in. Seriously looks so smooth as it blends out so easily. Wow, I love this shade. And now I was just so impressed with the swatches that I think I need to go for some of the shimmers now. I'm going to pick up this really pretty burgundy shade, and it's kind of hard for me to tell. Yeah, I think it's more of a metallic. Compared to the other shimmers, it has metallic to it, but it's not as shimmery as the other ones. But I'm going to place this in that outer corner. Wow, it is such a pretty shade. It's not too red, which is perfect because I'm not big into red eyeshadows, but it's still a little bit more interesting and exciting than just a darker brown eyeshadow that I would put in this place, because it's got a little bit of that red tone and that slight metallic finish. It's so interesting that it's such a slight metallicness to it. I feel like I've never seen something so minimally metallic. Like why do just a tiny bit of metallic? Why not go all in? But so now I'm just gonna blend this out a bit because I always have such a hard time getting it in the exact position and blend it out perfectly when I use my finger. So just blending this. Can go back in with a little bit more to keep that outer corner a little darker. And then I'm going to pick up this really pretty shimmery, what's this one? It's called Roll Credits, but it's like a purpley silver, a really pretty color. And I'm going to put this on the rest of the eyelid because I like to add a little shimmer and keep the inner section of the eyelid pretty light. So this is a great shade for that. I am picking up a lot of it to try and build it up to that full color since it is light, but I think it looks nice. I really like how this eyeshadow look is coming together. And it's got some cool tones, warm tones, but since they're all pretty neutral, I think it works really nicely together. But it looks interesting enough on the eye. Like, it's not too boring of an eyeshadow look. And this is the eye right now without the primer, and it is looking the same. So these are really nice quality eyeshadows. Wow, so I have used all of the shades except for this brown and that black. I just never really reach for the black eyeshadows in palettes, but that's swatched really nicely. Let me know in the comments down below if you use black eyeshadow and what your favorite use is for it. I think I could use it as an eyeliner, maybe along the top lash line. That would be good. But for the lower lash line, I like to use browns and shimmers. So I'm going to pick up the brown shimmer here on a smaller brush to blend along the lower lash line. Oh yeah, this is a great lower lash line shade because you can see that shimmer to it, and it has great pigment, but it's not too dark. So I like to keep the lower lash line light to keep the eye looking bigger, but that still enhances the eye, enhances the shape, and helps pull the whole eyeshadow look together. I can't believe I have done an eyeshadow look with 7 shades so far. That is a lot, but there's 8 shades in here, and I don't really want to stop without using every single one since I'm so close. So I'm going to try it. And this is not a technique that I really ever do, but I'm going to take this little small angled brush and I'm going to pick up the black shade, which actually might even be a really dark brown. And I'm going to go just a little bit and line the outer corner of my lower lash line, because I really like to do that kind of cat eye effect. Let's see. I mean, it's working really nicely. And I have been thinking about getting into more upper lash line liners, whether it's liquid liner, maybe a blended out eyeshadow like this. What do we think? I like that. I think that looks really pretty. And it really does add to that cat eye effect. Like, look at this eye compared to this eye. It's such a subtle little technique, but I feel like it makes such a difference. Wow, okay. I have to do it on the other eye because I'm loving how this looks. And it's not hard to do at all. I feel like if you use the right brush, whereas it's very small and angled, it is so easy to use eyeshadow as eyeliner. Oh my gosh. I love my finished eyeshadow look right here. This would seriously be like a daily eyeshadow look for me. And I love when you can use every single shade in an eyeshadow palette all at once too, because then you're really getting your money's worth from it. Wow. This is seriously a look that I am so excited to recreate. If you have tried this eyeshadow look out, maybe you followed along, you have this palette, let me know how it turned out. Let me know what you think of it. But I'm so happy right now. Thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.